In the picturesque town of Ravenswood, nestled between lush green hills and a sparkling river, lived a young girl named Emily. Emily was known for her bright smile and her love for drawing. Her sketchbook was filled with beautiful illustrations of her dreams, from majestic castles to serene landscapes. However, there was one thing that cast a shadow over her otherwise sunny disposition. Emily was deeply afraid of heights. Her fear stemmed from an incident when she was a child. During a family picnic, Emily had climbed a tall tree. Halfway up, a branch broke, and she had fallen a short distance, leaving her shaken and terrified. Since then, the mere thought of heights made her heart race and her palms sweat. As Emily grew older, her fear began to interfere with her life. She avoided school trips that involved any kind of climbing, missed out on adventures with friends, and even declined invitations to visit tall buildings with stunning views. Despite her best efforts to hide it, her fear was becoming a barrier to her happiness. One summer, a traveling circus came to Ravenswood. The townspeople buzzed with excitement, and posters advertising the circus acts were plastered everywhere. Emily's best friend, Mia, was particularly thrilled. She had always dreamed of seeing a real trapeze performance. Mia begged Emily to come with her to the circus, promising it would be an unforgettable experience. Reluctantly, Emily agreed. The circus was a whirlwind of color, laughter, and awe-inspiring performances. Acrobats twisted through the air, clowns entertained the crowd, and animals performed incredible tricks. Emily found herself captivated, momentarily forgetting her fear. Then came the highlight of the evening, the trapeze act. The performers, dressed in sparkling costumes, climbed to a platform high above the ground. As they prepared to leap, Emily's heart pounded. She clenched her hands and looked away, unable to watch. Mia noticed Emily's distress and gently squeezed her hand. "Emily, you don't have to be afraid. Look at how graceful they are. They trust in their skills and their partners. You can overcome your fear too. I believe in you." Mia's words resonated with Emily. She realized that her fear was holding her back from experiencing the fullness of life. She wanted to be brave, not just for herself, but for the people who believed in her. The next day, Emily made a decision. She was going to face her fear of heights. She approached her art teacher, Mr. Jenkins, who was known for his love of adventure, and asked for his help. Mr. Jenkins listened carefully and agreed to assist her. They started small. Mr. Jenkins took Emily to a nearby park with a low climbing wall. At first, Emily was hesitant, but with Mr. Jenkins' encouragement, she managed to climb a few feet off the ground. Each day, they returned to the wall, and each day, Emily climbed a little higher. Mr. Jenkins taught her breathing exercises to calm her nerves and visualization techniques to imagine herself succeeding. He also shared stories of famous artists and explorers who had overcome their fears to achieve greatness. Emily was particularly inspired by the story of Leonardo da Vinci, who conquered his fear of flying by designing intricate flying machines. Gradually, Emily's confidence grew. She moved on to taller walls and more challenging climbs. With each step, she felt a sense of accomplishment and empowerment. Her sketchbook began to fill with drawings of her climbing adventures, reflecting her journey from fear to courage. One day, Mr. Jenkins suggested they visit a local climbing gym. It was a place where people of all ages and skill levels could practice climbing in a safe environment. Emily was nervous but determined. The gym was bustling with activity, and the walls towered above her. As she put on her harness and prepared to climb, Emily felt a familiar rush of anxiety. But she remembered Mr. Jenkins' words and Mia's unwavering belief in her. She took a deep breath, visualized herself reaching the top, and started to climb. With each hold she grasped, Emily felt her fear diminishing. She focused on the rhythm of her movements, the texture of the wall, and the encouragement of those around her. When she reached the top, she was greeted with cheers and applause. Emily beamed with pride and joy. Her victory at the climbing gym was a turning point. Emily realized that fear was not something to be avoided, but something to be faced head-on. She continued to challenge herself, setting new goals and pushing her limits. She joined the school's adventure club, went on hikes, and even tried zip-lining. The following summer, the circus returned to Ravenswood. This time, Emily was excited to attend. She watched the trapeze performers with admiration, no longer feeling the pangs of fear. During intermission, she noticed a sign-up sheet for a trapeze workshop. Without hesitation, she put her name down. The workshop was both thrilling and nerve-wracking. Emily learned the basics of trapeze, practiced with a safety net, and gradually built her skills. The instructors were supportive, and she made new friends who shared her determination to overcome their fears. On the last day of the workshop, Emily had the opportunity to perform a short routine. As she climbed the ladder to the platform, she felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. She remembered the journey she had taken, the support of her friends and family, and the strength she had discovered within herself. Emily took a deep breath, leaped from the platform, and soared through the air. The audience gasped and then erupted in applause. She caught the hands of her partner and swung gracefully, feeling a sense of freedom and triumph. When she landed safely back on the ground, Mia ran up to her, eyes shining with pride. "You did it, Emily! You were amazing!" Emily hugged Mia tightly, tears of joy streaming down her face. "Thank you for believing in me, Mia. I couldn't have done it without you." From that day on, Emily was no longer defined by her fear. She had faced it, conquered it, and emerged stronger. Her story became an inspiration to others, showing that with courage, determination, and the support of loved ones, anyone can overcome their fears and achieve the extraordinary. Emily continued to pursue her passions, both in art and adventure. She traveled to new places, tried new things, and encouraged others to face their fears. Her sketchbook, once filled with dreams, now overflowed with the vibrant reality of her experiences. Years later, Emily returned to Ravenswood as a motivational speaker. She stood before a room full of young people, sharing her story of overcoming fear. She ended her talk with the same words that had guided her throughout her journey. Fear is not something to be avoided. It is something to be faced. It may seem overwhelming, but within each of us is the strength to overcome it. Believe in yourself, take one step at a time, and surround yourself with people who support you. You can achieve anything, no matter how daunting it may seem. Emily's story is a testament to the power of courage, the importance of perseverance, and the incredible impact of believing in oneself. It reminds us all that no matter how deep our fears run, we have the power to rise above them and soar to new heights.